Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is January 21st, 2023. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, we'll take a look at stocks with very high short ratio and see how to benefit from it. Look, short squeeze is back on right now. We got a lot of stocks which are going higher due to speculation. So with that, let's jump in, look at the market update and jump into stocks with very high short ratio and see which one to buy. So with that, look, we got a 1 year chart. Look, from a market perspective, we got S&P 500 here. S&P 500 is kind of trending down, as you can see here. It's typically hits a resistance level, comes down, and same story with Nasdaq here. Look, generally trending down. It's a resistance level, comes down further, and similar story with the Russell 2000, as you can see here. And look, bonds are slightly going higher and interest rates are coming down. That's a good story here. And crude oil is going higher. This tells you energy names, you could still buy them. Typically energy bottoms out around January-February time frame. You could slowly buy some great energy stocks like ExxonMobil and Chevron, even EOG, Pioneer National, PXD, and Devon Energy, and so on and so forth here. Look, gold is going higher. I would not chase the gold at this time here, but if gold comes down, I would buy some gold. And look, dollar is coming down. That's a good news, especially for these big multinational companies with operations and sales overseas. All right, now let's jump in here and look at fear and greed index. Look, we got fear and greed index here. Right now, according to fear and greed index, we are in the greed zone. So that whenever we are in the greed zone, this is when speculation will start, and stocks with a high short ratio, they tend to go higher. But if you're into neutral or even fear zone, you don't see too much short squeeze going on here. Short squeeze typically happens when you're in the greed zone or extreme greed zone. That's why it's a good time to slowly start paying attention to some of these short squeeze type names here. All right, so next we'll go into my favorite platform here when we look at the short squeeze type names here, which is FinViz. Look, FinViz, you could go in here and you could set some criteria. What I would typically do is I would say short float over 10% and price over $1, and look, current volume above 1 million. You got to make sure liquidity is there. Don't go after stocks which have got very low volume. And we got the names here. And if you don't have FinViz Elite, don't worry. You could go into ownership tab here and you could see the short float right here in the free FinViz version here. And I have sorted this by descending order. You could do the same. But if you have FinViz Elite version, you could create a custom view like I've done here, and you could look at various other columns, as you can see here. I've sorted this by short float, as you can see here. Stock at the top has got highest short float, and look, by mistake, looks like because of some computation error, Apple is at the top here. You could discount Apple here. It does not have a high short float. You could discount this here. But look, we got other names here. Look, we got Silvergate with a very high short squeeze here, and Silvergate is went higher on Friday by 13%. And I also love to look at RSI, or relative strength index. Look, we got RSI right here. My sweet spot is RSI below 50 or so, 55 or so here. Look, Silvergate still has got lower RSI. You could still buy this one here. And what I typically do is I take this list here because I got FinViz Elite. I could download this entire list to my Excel spreadsheet here, and I also get the data from the TradingView and Fintel, as well as Stock Rover and bar chart and so on and so forth, compile them into a spreadsheet so we could make some sense out of the market. Look, we got the names here. Stock at the top, like we talked about, is silver gate. Look, silver gate has got highest short float here, and look, short float is 66%, as you can see here. And look, right now RSI is 40. Look, we got RSI right here. Our current RSI 14-day RSI is 40, but 7-day RSI is 49. It's becoming stronger. At this time, I would be buying some silver gate here, even up here, given RSI is still low. And look, I would also look at things like how is it doing in 1 day, 5 day, 10 day here. Look, from a silver gate, from a 1 day, 5 day perspective, from a performance perspective, look, it jumped up 13% on Friday here. In 5 day it's 0.2%. 10 day it's also going higher. At this time here, I would slowly start buying some silver gate here on a down day. Look, it's up 13% on Friday. It's only natural this can come down slightly come Monday. I would wait for the down days and slowly accumulate some silver gate. And next up we got Carvana here. Look, Carvana is as many of you know here, it's a good, it's, I would not say good, this is trying to see if this can stay in business or should they go into bankruptcy protection, as many of you know here. And look, stock has been going up. Look, stock is going up nicely here, but off late in 5 days stock came down. Look, in 10 days it's up 47%. In 1 month it's up 47%. From an RSI perspective, as you can see here, RSI for Carvana is 14-day RSI is 53 and 7-day RSI is 57. At this time you could still buy some on a down day here, but you got to be careful with names like Carvana, mainly because it's trying to see if they have to go into bankruptcy protection. That's why you got to be quick with names like Carvana. And look, 23 analysts are following. Right now there is no analyst rating on this stock here. And look, there is a target price of $11. So this is a speculator's game here. If you're a speculator, given RSI is below 55 here, you could buy. But with names like Carvana, because it went up so high, I'm willing to wait a little longer and make sure RSI is below 50 for this one. This is a ping pong. This goes up and down nicely. And then you got Marathon Digital. It's again a crypto play, as many of you know here. And look, Marathon is just a $8 stock. And from an RSI perspective here, look, RSI 14 days 65 and RSI 7 days 71. That tells you at this time I would not go here because RSI is too high for me, and stock has gone up 97%, as you can see here, in 10 day and 109% in 1 month here. I would not jump and buy at this time here. And also, for the folks who are option in the options market, keep watching the option open interest here. When you see stock with a very high option open interest, say above 1 million open interest, those are the ones you could play options game also here. Look, we got Marathon here. Look at the options open interest, very high open interest. That tells you you could play some options strategies here. And when you're playing option strategy, as usual, look at the IV rank 16. That's very low here. That's when the IV rank is low, you could do some strategies like buying put option. But especially when the RSI is higher. Look, RSI is high 65. This could be a good candidate either to short or buy some put option. If you're buying put option, make sure you buy a little bit longer term, not just 1 week or 1 month. And we got a few more here. We got Beyond Meat, as you can see here. Beyond Meat, look at that RSI here, 56. I would not buy at this time. I want the RSI to be lower. And for the folks who play stocks like BBBY here, Bed Bath and Beyond, look, Bed Bath and Beyond right now RSI 14-day is 52 here, and because RSI is lower, and look at that nice options open interest here, 2.9 mil, almost 3 million option open interest here. And look, from a put call open ratio perspective, put call open ratio is open interest ratio is 0.76, and put call volume ratio is 0.82. That tells you folks are buying call option. So this is one scenario. You could even buy some BBBY here. I know this is also looking at bankruptcy protection, as many of you know here. So given if you're a speculator, you could buy some. There's a chance that this can go higher because there is so much going on in the options market. And we got a few more here. Look, we got GameStop right here, as you can see here. GameStop right now, RSI 14-day is 48, so that tells you could buy some GameStop up here. And RSI 7-day is 51. It's slightly getting stronger. You could buy this one also here. It's a $19 stock, as you can see here. And there's a two analysts following. Analysts are saying sell. You got to be careful with such names here, given there's a very nice options open interest here. And as you can see here, we got put call ratio is 0.31 here. That tells you a lot of people buying call option here. Put call open interest is 0.92, still favorable. So you could buy this one also here. And we got a few more, as you can see here. And normally when I want to buy these names here, my criteria is to look for RSI 14-day less than 55. Let's go with that. Let's say RSI 14-day is less than 55. All right, let's change it to 55. All right, look, not many names of late stocks have been going higher. These are the names where RSI 14-day is less than 55. This could be your short list to look at these names here, given RSI is low here. And look, as you see here, many of these stocks are trying to go higher slowly, with the exception of BBBY here. Look, BBBY, as you can see here, this one is down big time here. If you're a speculator, you could buy some BBBY, but understand it's there may be some bankruptcy situation going on here, but for a very short term you could play this one here. And look, all these names have got low RSI here. Keep watching the RSI here. Look, we got RSI right here. All these names got low RSI. You could buy Silvergate, which is again 40 RSI. Silvergate is becoming stronger. And we got a few more names here. Look, we got Fisker. Fisker, on the contrary, becoming slightly weaker, as you can see here. RSI 14-day is 43. RSI 7-day is 39. And look, as you scan through here, if I go all the way here, Fisker is trying to improve in one day. It went up, say, 2.4%. It may be turning around, but you got to be slightly careful. But it could be a good one to buy. And as you scan through here, keep watching the options open interest here. If you're whenever there's a nice and high option open interest, like look, BBBY, nice option open interest. And look, NKLA, same story here. And we got GameStop, very healthy option open interest. These are the good ones. Even Lucid, for that matter, very high open interest. These are ones where you see very high open interest. And also keep watching the put call volume ratio, as well as put call open interest ratio. If the put call volume ratio is below 1, that tells you folks have bought a lot of call options, and these stocks can go higher. As an example, Silvergate can go higher, Carvana can go higher because folks have been buying call option. And we got a few more names like Fubo. Again, Fubo doesn't have too much option volume. It's not very active in the options market. All right, so what we'll do now is we'll look at some of these charts and go from there. For charting, my favorite platform is TradingView. Look, what I've done is I've took some of these stocks and created my short list called short. These are the very high short names here. First is Silvergate. Look, Silvergate decisively, as you can see here, stock has been coming down of late. Look, trend is negative, and we got Bollinger Band, as you can see here. And what I've done is, if you want to add Bollinger Band, very easy. Click on indicators, and choose the indicator. I already added Bollinger Band, which is the first one here, and I also added lazy bear indicator. As you can see here, lazy bear indicator is one of the great indicator, especially if you want to play short term. Look, this is a lazy bear indicator. You could just say squeeze, and look, the first one right here, which is the squeeze indicator from lazy bear, I would go into that indicator, add that. One of the important thing to notice when you add lazy bear indicator, let me go in here in the setup. Make sure you basically set this up properly. Here we got color 0, color 1. What I would do is really I would click on this. Look, I would just increased my opacity all the way here. Make sure you increase your opacity all the way to 100%, for all these colors, color 1, color 2, and so on and so forth. Very important. And also look, we got a plot. In the plot, make sure you change the indication price line to circles here. That's very important. And also look, we got color, same story, increase the opacity all the way to 100. And look, color 1, color 0, you don't need to worry. Color 1, choose dark blue. Color 2, choose light blue. So that way when it's dark blue, that tells you it's in a squeeze mode, and when it's a light blue, it tells you it's done with the squeeze. It's going higher or lower. That's how to look at it. For example, here, whenever you see dark blue here, look, we got a squeeze here. Bollinger Band is compressing. But whenever you see a light blue, that tells you squeeze is kind of done and stock is going to start trending. So that's how to take a look at this here. And also very important to watch the trend of the curve here. If it is trending higher, that means stock may be getting a little stronger. But if it's trending sideways, as you can see here, there is no definite trending going on, as you can see here. So that's how you see here. And whenever you see a light blue, that tells you it's going to start trending. Whenever you see a dark blue, that tells you it's in a squeeze mode. Best situation is when there is a lot of these dark blue circles here. Look, we got a lot of dark blue circle. That tells you, next one could be a little stronger. And as you can see here, we have trend, which is downwards, as you can see here. That's how to read this. And Silvergate, as you can see here, I also added Silvergate, because we have Silvergate here. Look, Silvergate RSI perspective is getting stronger. And because of this, you could slowly buy, but from a moving average perspective, from a technical perspective, it's a strong sell, as you can see here. And we got a few more here. We got Carvana. I could do the same thing here for Carvana, and I could deselect this. Look, we got Carvana here. Carvana, as you can see here, tries to go higher from an RSI perspective. We got RSI 14 and RSI 7 here. This is also getting a little bit stronger, and it's a buy rating from a technical perspective, from a moving average. You could play along, as you can see here. But look, it's also trending. I mean, it's really in a trading range, as you can see here. But you could see there is some semblance of stock going higher. All right, so you could also look at the news item here. As you click on this, you'll see some news items here. Right now, we are looking at Silvergate. You could look at Carvana news item here, and look, Carvana and Ali parties amend, second amend, and so on and so forth. Looks like there's some purchase and sale agreement here, and they have some poison pill, as you can see here. So we'll see how it goes here. And generally, look, from a lazy bear indicator perspective, it tells you Carvana can go higher from here. And we got a few more. We got Marathon Digital, as you can see here. Look, this one has gone up so much. Look, nice uptrend. And as you can see here, we got RSI 14-day is 53. RSI 7-day is 56. At this time, I'm willing to wait slightly, let it come down. That's how I play here, and make some sense out of this market. And if you're big into options here, I have one more watch list here. I call it short OPT. This is where all these names I got more than 500 option open interest here, and few things are same, like Silvergate and Carvana. Now we got Beyond Meat. Look, it's also, look, lazy bear perspective, it's going higher. And if I just unclick here and click beyond here, look, beyond RSI perspective, slowly getting stronger. You could slowly buy into this one also, but you know, from a trend perspective, it's pretty much in the sidelines. Don't expect a huge upswing in Carvana. You know, given it's you know, has gone up here, I would not hold my breath on Beyond Meat for a, you know, big short squeeze here. And then you got Upstart here. Upstart, let's click on it here, unclick this one here, and Upstart, as you can see here, it's already staged a comeback. The moment it hit Bollinger upper band here, that tells you it's hitting the resistance, it's coming down here. But when it comes to Bollinger band middle band here, or if it pierces through and comes down to Bollinger band lower band, then you could buy and ride the train here. That's how you kind of play with it. You know, Bollinger band and lazy bear indicator that can tell you whenever it goes lower than Bollinger band lower band, you could buy some, and if it might hit the resistance level at the middle band here, you could sell some. But if it goes through even above middle band here, then it will hit the resistance on the top upper band. It will come down like it's doing right now. That's how you kind of understand when to buy. You know, you don't want to buy when it's hugging the top Bollinger band. You want to buy when it's using the middle band as a support level, or when it's trying to cross over the lower band and trying to go higher. That's when you would buy some. All right, so what we'll do now is we'll go back to this sheet here, and we already have a short squeeze here, and we got open interest also here. What I will do is I will remove open interest for now, and we'll look at short squeeze. Look, typically Fintel, you know, they have this short squeeze score, and what we'll do for this is, let's say short squeeze score over 60%, or let's say over 50% here, or let's say over 60%, greater than or equal to say 60%. That's 60. All right, so now we're trying to take a look at the, you know, possibilities which stocks can squeeze higher. Look, we got these names here with the short squeeze, you know, percentage is high. Look, we got short squeeze percentage over 50 or over 60, as you can see here. Some of these names here, Carvana. Next, you could watch things like RSI levels here. Look, RSI perspective. If I go slightly here, RSI 14 for Carvana is 53. It's getting stronger. You could buy such names here, but if the RSI is hitting the ceiling here, I would not go there. So this is a good way to look through here. But if you want to focus on the options market, you could also look at the shorts gamma squeeze here. Look, Carvana is a good one here, very high gamma squeeze. You could do same thing if you're in the options market, and you could go in here to a gamma squeeze here, and you could say gamma squeeze greater than, say, I would say 60 here. Then you'll take a look at stocks with a very high gamma squeeze, which means these are also active in the options market. Look, we got here stocks with the high gamma squeeze and the short squeeze here. You could look at these names here. We got few names here. This could be good ones you could take a look at, and these also have got high short ratio. Look, we got Innovative Properties, IIPR, which is a, you know, play on cannabis, as many of you know here. Very high short ratio. Stock has been getting clobbered, as you can see here. From an RSI perspective, it's getting even weaker. You could look at such names here. You could bring them up in in a chart and see where they are in the Bollinger band, and you could buy such names here as they come to a good support level here. All right, so with that, we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.